Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. For those who don't know me, my name is Freud. I'm a huge little monster. I'm a self-proclaimed Gaga historian, and I'm a pop music enthusiast. And today we're going to talk about my Grammy nomination predictions, focusing on Lady Gaga especially because I'm a little monster. What else should I do? So even if you're not a big Lady Gaga fan, I will talk about all the big categories, and I will talk about all the categories that I think Gaga will be nominated in. Yeah, let's dive right into it. So 2025 was undoubtedly Gaga's year, and I think the Grammys will reflect that. Call me delusional, but I will say Gaga will get 14 Grammy nominations. It will be more than the record of Michael Jackson having 12 Grammy nominations in one night in 1984. Gaga has 3 projects she actually released this year. Folie, Deux, which we don't really talk about that much now, Harlequin, her traditional pop jazz album, and Mayhem, her big pop comeback album. Gaga is a 14-time Grammy winner. She is nominated 38 times. Compared to her peers, her nomination win ratio is quite good. If we take a look at the nomination win ratio diagram of all this year's eligible artists for the Grammys 2026, we can see there are some variations. For comparison, I inserted some additional artists like Taylor Swift or Beyoncé, and what this data shows is that we actually have at least 2 till 4 frontrunners in this year's Grammy race: Lady Gaga, Kendrick Lamar, and even Tyler the Creator or Bruno Mars. Although Tyler the Creator's nomination win ratio seems inflated, so does Lord's, because they have won a lot of Grammys compared to a small amount of nominations. So this percentage usually flattens down as more of the artists get nominated, and Bruno Mars is only eligible as a featured artist, but not himself. Although Gaga is not the queen of the Grammys, that place is still reserved for Adele. The 2 frontrunners in the main categories for me are Lady Gaga and Kendrick Lamar. Before I dive right into the record of the year, let me say something at the beginning of this video, which might be controversial, but the Grammys are misogynistic. There's a report by Acast, it's a music analysis group, that said only about 1 in 5 Grammy nominations and wins go to women, indicating a disparity in representation. Let's keep that in mind as we go through these categories. So I will state my opinion on Gaga's Grammy nominations, and will even mention who I think will win the whole thing, even before the artists have submitted their song nominations themselves. So sometimes if you can see 2 songs on the screen by one artist, it's because I'm not sure which song they will submit. This is really a look into a crystal ball. This is no guarantee that all of this will happen, but as I follow the Grammys over the time, and as I love pop culture and pop music, I have a good sense of what's to come, and I think my predictions will be very similar to what will happen on November as these things will be announced. As of today, it is August the 31st. The eligible period of the Grammys is over. Sabrina Carpenter has released her album, which is like the last interesting pop release that I wanted to count into this. Just for you to know, as a little monster, my predictions might be even a little bit more positive towards Mother Monster, so let's keep that in mind. I'm pretty sure that nonetheless Gaga will have record-breaking Grammy nomination number on her hand with her 3 projects. So let's dive right into the video. Let's start with the first category in the general field, which is Record of the Year. I will talk quickly about the nominations, and I have some honorable mentions. Record of the Year, my predicted nominations are Abracadabra by Lady Gaga, Anxiety or Denial is a River by Doechii, RPT by Rosé with Bruno Mars, DTMF by Bad Bunny, Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter, That's So True by Crazy Abrams, Who Believes in Angels, Elton John and Brandi Carlile. From the bottom to the top, Who Believes in Angels will be nominated because Elton John is a legacy act, and this song is what Grammy voters love. It's rock, it's pop, it is a legacy that Elton has created, so they also love Brandi Carlile as an artist, so keep that in mind, and I think this will be a nomination for sure. We have seen it last year with the Beatles, and I think it will happen again this year. That's So True by Crazy Abrams. For a newcomer to have such a big hit is outstandingly good. If not Record of the Year, Song of the Year is pretty safe for her. Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter. I mean, Sabrina had a great year last year. She has won Best Pop Vocal Album as well as an Grammy for Espresso. Manchild is everything you expect and want from a Sabrina song. It's flirty, it's witty, it's uplifting, and that's everything you need for Record of the Year. Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA is such a great song, a quality song, huge success in America. Kendrick is also a Grammy favorite, and he has swooped the competition last year at the Grammys. Luther is a really big contender this year as well. DTMF by Bad Bunny. What else can I say? Bad Bunny had an amazing year. DTMF is such an amazing song, has such a strong political message. The album itself, strong contender for the Grammys. Appetit by Rosé with Bruno Mars. I think this song has 2 billion streams already. It's one of the most successful songs of the year. The Grammys will see this. Anxiety, Ordinary as a River by Doechii. Doechii has won as a newcomer Best Rap Album. As a female black artist, that has not happened very often. Her performance at the Grammys last year was amazing, and I think the Grammy-Voters will nominate her for sure. Last but not least, we have Abracadabra by Lady Gaga, and there is no denying that Abracadabra was a moment in 2025 and had a chokehold on pop music. The cultural impact this song has is undeniably the biggest of the bunch of these songs. So there were flash mobs, there were dance routines, there were drag performances, artwork, all around the world. It was not just something that happened in America. It was globally smashing. And Abracadabra proved Gaga in her status as a pop legend, and making this actually one of the pop highlights of the year in a rather slow pop year 2025. So without a doubt, I think Abracadabra will win Record of the Year. Gaga's vocal delivery is the best. The production is undoubtedly the best beat. My runner-up would be Leather by Kendrick Lamar or SZA, or DTMF by Bad Bunny as second runner-up. But I think it's time for Gaga to win Record of the Year. She had lost this 3 times already. Last time with I Get a Kick Out of You with Tony Bennett in 2022, Shallow in 2020, and Poker Face in 2010. She has deserved it since Poker Face, and now 17 years into her career, she really deserves this one. So my bet is Abracadabra will win Record of the Year. The next category in the general field is Song of the Year. My nominations are very similar to Record of the Year, but this time it's not about the production but the songwriting, so I keep that in mind. Abracadabra by Lady Gaga, Anxiety, Ordinary as a River by Doechii, DTMF by Bad Bunny, Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter, Never Too Late by Elton John and Brandy Carlile, Ordinary by Alex Warren, That's So True by Crazy Abrams. And to be honest, this is not my personal take. For example, I'm not the biggest fan of Ordinary by Alex Warren. I would have switched it up with The Subway by Chappell Roan, for example, if it was by my personal taste, but I think it's undoubtedly that Ordinary had such a great impact. It's #1 for I don't know how many weeks. I see the song not being very groundbreaking in the production field, but in the songwriting area, I can see it being nominated. So that's why I put Ordinary in Song of the Year, because it's undoubtedly one of the biggest songs of the year. Never Too Late by Elton John, Brandy Carlile. Yeah, I picked this one over Who Believes in Angels because, again, the focus is on the songwriting, and I see this being a stronger contender for this category. Focusing on Gaga, she has lost this award 5 times. Last year with Die With a Smile, 2022 with I Get a Kick Out of You with Tony Bennett, 2021 with Always Remember Us This Way, 2020 with Shallow, and 2010 with Poker Face. And although this would be Gaga's 6th nomination, if she gets nominated, because Abracadabra is, for me, amazingly written, but her writing style might not be appreciated by the Grammys because they don't get Amore Ugaga and they don't like this kind of songwriting, it seems. But although Gaga was nominated 5 times already, and this will be a 6th time, I don't think she will win. We will be lucky if she gets nominated, but I think Luther by Kendrick Lamar will win this one. DTMF might be the runner-up, and That's So True by Crazy Abrams might be the 2nd runner-up. Let's dive into the 3rd category, which is Album of the Year. So I think it's the biggest award of the whole show and of the whole night. Everybody wants to have Album of the Year. So my predictions are Debbie Tiramas Photos Bad Bunny, Chromacopia Tyler the Creator, Gene X Kendrick Lamar, Hurry Up Tomorrow The Weeknd, Man's Best Friend Sabrina Carpenter, Mayhem Lady Gaga, Virgin Lord, Who Believes in Angels, Elton John, Brandy Carlile. I will just add some stuff to artists that we haven't seen yet. Debbie Tiramas Photos by Bad Bunny. Such a great album, this will get a nomination. Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator is such an interesting album production-wise. This deserves a nomination. The Weeknd might get a nomination because if you remember, The Weeknd had like all this drama with the Grammys as they were not nominating Blinding Lights and After Hours, which was undoubtedly one of the biggest albums and the biggest song of the year. I think he will get some nominations this year because the Grammys kind of understood that they really effed up last time. I believe that Lorde will get the Album of the Year nomination. I think she deserves it. I hope she will get it. I know a lot of people didn't like Virgin, but I think the songwriting of this album is so good, and I think Lorde is such a great artist. For me, the three runner-ups are Bad Bunny, Kendrick, and Gaga. I think each of them deserve this win. Bad Bunny, because this is such a personal album, and it's so beautiful how he talks about Puerto Rico. Like, this is so important right now in the political climate that happens in America that I could see this win as well. But for me personally, on a quality level of the album, I think it's either Kendrick or Gaga. On the one hand, we have Gaga, which had huge commercial success with Mayhem, as well as critically. She has sold over 5 million units worldwide, which is really a lot, and it's making it the most successful album in 2025. She's achieved a Metascore of 84, proving to check the boxes in both categories. Kendrick Lamar's album Gene X was also selling-wise great, as well as critically. With a Metacritic score of 87, Kendrick wins the critics' fight by a narrow margin. His album, though, only sold 2 million units, so less than half of Gaga's. And Gaga had a huge moment in 2025. Her Coachella set was called one of the best ever. Her Copacabana performance gained an audience of 2.5 million attendees, making this the biggest crowd a female performer has ever had. And her accompanying world tour was sold out in minutes. On the other hand, we have Kendrick that killed her Super Bowl halftime show performance. He hit a nerve in the political climate of today's America with his performance and is very successful with his shared world tour with SZA. So it's really a neck-on-neck race between these two. And if we take a look at the songs of both albums, Die With A Smile was eligible for last year's Grammys and won Best Pop Duo Group Performance. It's undoubtedly one of the biggest songs of this decade already. It was #1 for 2 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, an impressive 16 weeks #1 on the Billboard Global 200. The follow-up singles Disease and Abracadabra might not have had that much of a chart success. Abracadabra made it like #13 on the Billboard Hot 100, but oh boy, did they have impact. There's no denying the cultural impact that Abracadabra had. Gene X, though, has 2 #1 songs under its belt with Luther and Squabble Up, and 7 songs of Gene X debuted in the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100. For comparison, 10 Mayhem tracks debuted in the Billboard Hot 100 in general, none of in the top 10 of release week. If you take a look at the nominations they've lost, Gaga has lost 4 times, Kendrick has lost 4 times, so who of these two will win this one? It will be a bitter pill to swallow for one or the other. So who do I think will win this one? If the Grammys aren't misogynistic, Mayhem wins Album of the Year. I think Mayhem had the cultural impact similar to Cowboy Carter and with Brett. Charli XCX had an amazing year with Brett. She won so many Grammy categories, although not Album of the Year. This one went to Beyoncé. Maybe they didn't have 3 or 4 #1 songs, but they were cultural significant, and so is Mayhem more significant than any other album that I just mentioned in this category, and that's why I think Gaga will win her first Album of the Year Grammy. Let's dive right into field #1, Pop and Dance Electronic. The 4th category I think Gaga will be nominated is Best Pop Solo Performance. She will get a nomination for either Abracadabra or Disease, depending on what she submits. Easy's by Justin Bieber, Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter, That's So True by Crazy Abrams, and Ordinary by Alex Warren. I think these are the most likely nominations in this category. Why I think these will be nominated? Easy's by Justin Bieber is a great pop song. It's still in the charts, it's very successful, rightfully so. Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter, as I mentioned, it's a Sabrina Carpenter classic. Sabrina has won in this category last year with Espresso, so I'm pretty sure she's a contender for this one as well. That's So True, amazing pop song, deserves it really. And Ordinary by Alex Warren might be nominated. I think it could be nominated, I'm not sure, but I just counted it in. And Call Me Delusional, but I think if Gaga submits Abracadabra or Disease, she'll get a Grammy either way. Her vocals on Disease are outstanding. Abracadabra as a song is outstanding. For me, it's pretty clear that she will win this award. I think the only song that might win this, apart from Gaga, is That's So True by Crazy Abrams. But I don't see this winning over Gaga, to be honest. So the next category I think Gaga will be nominated is Best Pop Duo Group Performance. As other nominations, we have APT by Rosé and Bruno Mars, Golden by Hendrix, Killer by Lady Gaga and Gesaffelstein, Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA, and Who Believes in Angels by Elton John and Brandi Carlile. And this was really hard to decide. If we check out the honorable mentions quickly, there's so great songs. Born Again by Lisa featuring Doja Cat and Ray, Defying Gravity by Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, Ojos Tristes, Selena Gomez, Benny Blanco with the Marias. There are many songs that deserve a nomination. So why did I put Killer in there? Because I think the Grammy voters love Killer, and it's a nod to legacy act. The song is very David Bowie, very Prince. Gaga's playing with it, and I think the Grammys will love it. Will it be enough to win? No, it will not be. But I think that the song is nominated alone is amazing, and that's why I predict it to be nominated. The winner for me in this category is Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. I could see Rosé and Bruno Mars taking this home, as Bruno Mars is a Grammy darling and APT might be the dark horse in this nomination race. And depending on how the song Golden kind of evolves over the next months, because as I'm recording it now is August, September, so Golden might also be a winner for Pop Duo Group Performance, but I see this either between APT or Luther, but I think Luther will take this home. So the next category is Best Pop Vocal Album, in which I see a Gaga nomination. Apart from Gaga, I see Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd, Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter, Swag by Justin Bieber, and Virgin by Lorde. For me, pretty clear, Mayhem is the best pop vocal album. As I said, I was kind of bit underwhelmed by Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. This album has to grow on me. For me, it's the runner-up together with second runner-up being Virgin by Lorde, but I think in the pop field, Mayhem is undoubtedly the winner. I would be shocked if Mayhem will not win Best Pop Vocal Album. Maybe they will give it to The Weeknd because he haven't won a lot of Grammys yet and they want to apologize to him, but apart from that, centered on quality, Mayhem is the best pop album production-wise, vocally. There's no other way that some other could win this. Okay, so the next category is Best Dance Pop Recording. The nominations that I predict are Abracadabra by Lady Gaga, Aquamarine by Addison Rae, Hypnotized by Anima and Ellie Goulding, Just Keep Watching or It's Okay, I'm Okay by Tate McRae, or What Was That by Lorde. This, again, is so clear to me. I'm sorry, but Abracadabra is the most streamed dance pop recording song in 2025. It's the most culturally impactful dance pop record that we heard. If Abracadabra will not win this, I would be shocked. I would be gooped and gagged. There's no universe in which Abracadabra will not win Best Dance Pop Recording. The only contender that I think deserves a Grammy is Hypnotized by Anima and Ellie Goulding, but no, not in this universe. Sorry. I would really be shocked if Abracadabra is not winning, or if Gaga's team won't submit it. This is the other thing that could happen, because in the past, Gaga's team has made some crazy stuff and has missed some Grammy nom opportunities. During Bornosphere era, Gaga's team was doing crazy things, really crazy things. But I cannot get into this because we don't have the time. This category, I don't have that much knowledge, to be honest. It's Best Remix Recording. It's the last pop dance electronic field category that we have. My predicted nominations are the Abracadabra remix by Gesaffelstein and Lady Gaga, the Born Again remix by Purple Disco Machine, the Usexual remix by Anima, the Revolving Door remix by Louis the Child, and the Less I Know the Better remix More P. Again, I say this is a win for Gesaffelstein and Lady Gaga. Abracadabra remix. And runner-up for me would be Usexual remix by Anima and FK Twigs. And I can see Born Again being a second runner-up, but I think this is pretty clear a win for Gaga again. Now we're entering field number 4, jazz, traditional pop, contemporary instrumental, and musical theater. The 9th category that I think Gaga will get a nomination is best traditional pop vocal album. I think Gaga will get a nomination for Harlequin. I have actually no idea about traditional pop. I don't listen to traditional pop usually. I don't know what else was released apart from A Matter of Time by Folie, which is really good. I've listened to the album and I'm not a fan of this kind of genre, but she really delivered. And I think it will be a neck-on-neck race between these two. But I think Gaga will win this award as well, because Harlequin was the highest Spotify debut for a jazz album. It was #1 on the jazz album chart. It was #1 on the traditional jazz album chart. It was #1 peak on iTunes worldwide. And it was the fastest 2024 album to hit #1 on US iTunes. So what else do I have to say? There are the numbers. Harlequin will win Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album if you look at the stats, look at the facts. And if you're not misogynistic, no, but Lofi is also a woman, so I can say that. The next field is field number 8, children's comedy, audiobooks, visual media, and music video film. Now we're talking about a chapter of Gaga that we already kind of maybe have forgotten, which is Joker Folie Deux. And I think Gaga might get 2 nominations for this project. The first one is Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media. The nominations that I predict are Wicked by the Wicked movie cast, K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack by the K-pop Demon Hunters cast, F1 the album by various artists, Joker Folie Deux by Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, A Complete Unknown by Timothée Chalamet. This is not a win for Gaga. Let's say this in the beginning. I think Wicked by the Wicked movie cast will win this. And as a runner-up, I can see K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack. It's more than great if this project by Gaga will be recognized by a nomination. This would be amazing for her to get this nomination at least. I don't see her win in this category because the movie was not well received by critics or fans alike. Unfortunately, when a movie gets not well received, the soundtrack of the movie likely will also not get the best critical acclaim. This is something that we as fans have to accept. Best song written for visual media, I predict Deux by St. Vincent, Folie Deux by Lady Gaga, Golden by the K-pop Demon Hunters cast, Never Too Late by Elton John, Brandi Carlile, The Ballad of the Witches Road by Agatha All Along cast. Again, Gaga will not win this, but if Folie Deux gets nominated, it would be cute. It would be really cute if it gets nominated. I think that K-pop Demon Hunters might win this with Golden. I mean, this song is everywhere right now as I'm recording this video. I can see this winning a Grammy for Best Song Written for Visual Media. If the Grammys want to go with the old school Elton John route, Never Too Late is a safe pick for them. So I think one of them will win it. It depends on if they want to please the younger fans of the Grammys. And if they want to go the traditional route, it's Never Too Late. So the 12th nomination I predict is in the Best Music Video field. Gaga will get a nomination for Abracadabra. I'm pretty sure she will. Anxiety by Doechii deserves this as well. Eusexual by FK Twigs as well. And as the last videos to be nominated, I see Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter and Squabble Up by Kendrick Lamar. All the other videos I mentioned in honorable mentions, I think each and every video really deserves a nomination because they are so good. But I think, for me, Gaga wins this again in times where music videos are not that big anymore. Abracadabra was a moment. Of course, it might help her that she premiered it during the Grammys. This video has created so much online content alone, and the message behind it is really deep, as well as Anxiety by Doechii, talking about like her mental health struggles. Bisexual has also a very deep meaning. Capitalistic world in which you have to work, but you want to free yourself through music and art. Manchild is such a cool edited video. You just have to nominate it because it's so quirky and funny. And Scrabble Up is such a cool music video that I see there as well. Each and every video deserves this win, but I think Abracadabra was the most impactful music video we had this year. On number 13, we have Best Recording Package. Besides Lady Gaga with Mayhem, I See You Sexual by FK Twigs, Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter, Sable Fable by Bon Iver, and Virgin by Lorde. I can see Mayhem being a runner-up. I really love the packaging of Mayhem, but I think Lorde will take this home. There was so much controversy about her packaging of the vinyl. I'm pretty sure that she will get this one. I also think Eusexual deserves. This could also win it, but I'm not sure if FK Twigs is too small of an artist to win this Grammy. What's also really interesting to know is that Best Recording Package is not a new category, but it's a category that was fused together. There were two similar categories that were fused into one. And my last category in which I think Gaga might get a nomination is new category, which is Best Album Cover. I predict, besides Lady Gaga being nominated, I predict Balloonerism by Mac Miller, Debbie Telamas Photos by Bad Bunny, Eternal Sunshine, Brighter Days Ahead, Ariana Grande, and Virgin by Lorde. But I could also see one of the honorable mentions. Maybe this is even a category that Gaga might not be nominated, but I think she deserves, because it's quite an iconic album if you look at it. But I think this might go to Bad Bunny, Debbie Telamas Photos. I think the album cover says everything that you need to know about the album, but my personal favorite is Virgin by Lorde. I think this is such a cool concept for an album cover, and it works perfectly to the aesthetic, to the songs that Lorde is talking about. I would be happy with either of these artists winning this. But nonetheless, Mayhem is a great album. Circuit, which was also a songwriter on Mayhem, I'm pretty sure that he will get a nomination as Songwriter of the Year, as well as Andrew Ward, one of the producers of Mayhem. He will get for sure a Producer of the Year nomination as well. So I did not count these to Gaga, but I think for the project Mayhem, these two are also relevant to mention. So to summarize it all up, I think 40 nominations are possible. Even if you say, Freud, this is like delusional, you're a little monster and you're very in favor of Gaga, let me say this. Even if she's not nominated for Song of the Year, because Abracadabra is not just song, you know. She's not nominated for Pop Duo, because there are other pop duos that deserve. She's not nominated for Album Cover, because you say it's not a great album cover. She even would have 10 nominations, which would be huge. And you have to keep in mind she had 3 music projects. Michael Jackson's record being 12 nominations in 1984, it would be so big of a gag if Gaga has more than 12 nominations this year. Alone for that, I'm hoping and I'm sending out into the universe that Gaga will get 40 nominations. And I think it's really possible that Gaga will be the most nominated artist in one night. She even has the possibility to break another record or tie another record, having the most wins of one night. As you're going through my list, I don't know if you counted or not, I'm predicting that Gaga will win 8 Grammys in one night. And this would be tying with the record that Michael Jackson has with 8 awards in 1984. I'm just saying, Michael had 12 nominations and won 8 awards. Gaga might have 40 nominations and might win 8 awards. Call me delusional, I don't care. I really love pop culture and I listen to all the albums I'm talking about. There's not one album that I have not listened to that I mentioned. I'm really passionate about pop music and I think I know what I'm talking about. I might be a delusional little monster. This might be true. Maybe this is overproportionized and maybe I'm in favor of Gaga, but I think we will be gagged. This year's Grammys, the upcoming Grammys, will be Gaga Grammy Awards. This will be Grammys that we will remember. Even if she not will get 8 wins, even if she not will get 40 nominations, she will get a lot of wins, she will get a lot of nominations, and the fans of other faves will be gagged. So this is what I think, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. What are your opinions? Do you see other categories in which Gaga might be eligible? Do you agree? Do you not agree? I would really like to know your opinion in these comments. And if you like this video, and if you like Lady Gaga, and if you like pop culture content, follow me, subscribe to my channel, check out my other stuff. If you really want to support me, check out my Patreon. I have even more exclusive content on my Patreon so that I can do all these videos. This was so much fun. I'm so excited. I can't wait to react to the Grammy nominations when they are announced. And I can't wait what kind of songs will be submitted by the artists. Maybe I'm totally off the rails and this is totally not what will happen. Let's wait and see. This is why I made this video. Bye, see you, have a great day. as a little monster to say that might be controversial. If I don't see this song anywhere else than God Tier, you have coronavirus because you don't have taste. Skip. Skip. Every time I hear this, I skip it.